A survey was taken of 3,500 couples whose marriages were in deep trouble. Of those who chose to stay together, despite the fact that they had rated their marriages as very unhappy, 86% rated those same marriages as very happy or quite happy just 5 years later. Isn't that interesting? So many people today are willing to walk away from a marriage because of a conflict or because they've been hurt or wronged or offended by their spouse. Marital disagreements and arguments and conflicts are inevitable. Every marriage will experience conflict, but resolution is not inevitable. And many times those conflicts go unresolved and over time present deep-rooted issues that often lead to divorce. But resolution is something to be desired. It needs to be sought after, and it needs to be prayed for. It's certainly not going to happen automatically, and it doesn't happen by accident. For a conflict to be resolved, there must be intentional, reconciliatory acts and words. And we'll talk more about what that means in some future videos. But before a conflict escalates, there are some practical biblical principles that we can apply to help diffuse a situation before it gets out of control. At that first moment, we need to determine to act, not react. We need to be intentional about our words, our actions, and our attitudes. Proverbs 15:1 says, "A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger." How you react to a potentially volatile situation can determine the success and the well-being of your marriage. Understand that whatever your mate has done to you, you do not need to respond in kind. Now, this is the time when a conflict can most easily be resolved. If your spouse has hurt you, you do not need to hurt your spouse in return. The Apostle Paul stated it this way, "See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men." In other words, you do not have to reciprocate or mirror what others do to you or say about you. You don't have to respond in the same hurtful way that you've just been treated. Your response to a situation is always subject to your will. You do not need to be hateful or angry or cruel to a person who has just hurt you. Now, if you are a Christian, you have some extra help. Because if you are walking in fellowship with the Lord, you can choose to respond with the love and patience of the Spirit of God rather than the revengeful and impatient spirit of man. Proverbs 15 verse 18 says, "A wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife." God's word is as relevant to us today as the day it was written. It's saying, don't allow yourself to get drawn into a fight. Don't allow that conflict to escalate and get out of control. The mark of maturity and the manifestation of spiritual strength is not getting into a fight. It's staying out of one.